booties for black girl nerds.
Okay. Hi, Sterling. How are you?
Well, Jamie, how about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm so excited to talk to you because this series, boy, let me tell you, it's one of my favorite shows on television right now. And it has put me like, it's crazy how good this show is. And I was dialed in because of social media. Social
Yeah,
media, yeah, they're in a frenzy. There's actually support groups online because we need to unpack. We need to have a conversation around
yes,
storylines on this show because when I think I have it figured out, no, this show just takes me off the rails and it goes in a
yeah,
complete different direction.
I love
Um,
that.
yeah, it's so good. So this story has this idyllic setting and the idea of uncovering secrets in this idyllic setting, which is always very compelling. What do you
Yeah.
think makes Paradise stand out in this genre?
Uh, but we got Dan Fogelman, so that's always like an ace up your sleeve. Like the dude can just write. He can just write. And all of the writers in the writers' room that he's gotten together on this joint, like they're top notch. I think he has a way of balancing sort of the thriller aspects, the murder mystery, the tension in the story with the humanity of the people who are involved in it, right? Like Sinatra, as far as Xavier is concerned, sucks, but she's still a person, right? Like we still take the time to see how she wound up becoming who she is, right?
Yeah.
Um, which is really cool. Like you got episode 104, Agent Billy Pace, my guy
Woo!
John Beavers, my guy, like seeing like where he came from and where he was,
Yes.
like it's just a beautiful sort of exploration of people, right? But it's people all being forced into this crucible and they can't get out of it. At least they don't think they can get out of it, and how they have to deal with each other, right? I think, like, similar to This Is Us, like, it's the human story, but then it's like, oh, they're actually in two different timelines? That's
Yeah.
crazy. How did you pull that off? So it's a human story, and they all living in a mountain? Like, how long can that happen? How long is that actually tenable? Like, how long can paradise be paradise if it's actually a cage?
And
You
is
know
it
what I'm
really
saying?
paradise?
That's, come on now. That's the right question. That's why you're the black girl nerd, Jamie. You ask the right questions.
I'm telling you, these support groups help. We talk
I
about a
believe
lot.
it.
It's so funny too, because somebody on social media referred to Dan Fogelman as the white Shonda Rhimes. Like, I was like, you guys are doing too much. Um, were there any real life influences, either people or cases, that helped shape your performance as you were crafting together, playing this character?
For Xavier, like, so I had a few people who were on set who were former military and or special forces and or security that were very helpful in terms of just observing demeanor, posture, the way you hold hands, the way you stay in active readiness sort of constantly, right? So I say those people helped being there tremendously. I would say on a sort of artistic level, the first thing I thought of was In the Line of Fire, in terms
Mm.
of how, Eastwood and that, and how he sort of like went through that thing. Because I watched it as a young man, and I was like, "This is a dope ass movie. I would love to do something like that." So that was something. And then I would say, in terms of the overall sort of feeling of the show, and Dan and I share this, like Lost was such a monumental television experience for people who grew up in that time watching TV. And I was 30 or something like that, 20, late 20s, early 30s, when the show first hit. Because I remember my wife and I, she was doing a play in Minneapolis at the Guthrie Theater. And I was like, I'm gonna come surprise her, we're gonna have some fun. And I went to the store that we don't go to anymore right now. And I picked up like a DVD box set of Lost because I didn't watch the first season. I said, right, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about this show. Maybe we watch like the first episode, see how it goes. My wife and I watched 6 episodes of that show, and we're like, we were like this. We were like, we couldn't stop. So the idea to be able to create something that had a similar sort of propulsion, mystery, and you just can't wait to see what happens next. That was a big draw. And Dan will cite Lost as sort of being one of his primary inspirations for Paradise as well.
Okay, I just pray that the ending is going to be better than what we got from Lost.
So
Okay.
this is what I have to say about that, because I agree, I understand. Dan has said from the beginning that he sees three seasons of Paradise, right?
Okay.
And he's even sort of articulated what the beginning, middle, and end is for him. I think that same thing happened for This Is Us too, where he's like, I see 6 seasons, I know how it ends, let's do it. So the fact that he has a beginning, middle, and end for most things, because I think he's a film writer who's just had a lot of success in TV. So for him, it's nice to be able to build towards something. He's not just trying to keep it going indefinitely. He's trying to build towards something. And so that gives me the confidence to know we're going to finish what we start.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Speaking of Dan, did you work closely with him to shape your character's arc, to shape Xavier's arc, or was everything pretty much set in the beginning?
He had the pilot done. The pilot was written, and he said, I wrote this thing, take a look at it, tell me what you think. I took a look at it, and I was like, when do we start? Right? So then you get the writer's room together, and they start breaking stories, and I come in and listen to what they have going on, right? And I didn't have to do too much. Like everything was so clean. Nice. And had such vision that like all I really had to do was just sort of eat my popcorn and listen to them tell me about the story. Like it was dope from jump. It was dope from jump.
That's what's up. Well, yeah. Was there any particularly challenging or like a memorable scene that stood out to you while filming?
There's a couple. There's so at the end of episode 6 into the beginning of 7 is, and then it sort of bookends 7 is the conversation between Xavier and Sinatra while he's like, I'm like, chick, I will kill you. Please don't sleep.
I almost thought he was going to do it.
Sis, I was like, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you got a weapon. I don't like you. And you can catch these bullets, right, in your chest. So there's that conversation that was really hard because he's receiving so much information. Yeah. And he doesn't know what to believe and what not to believe. So there's that. There is the phone conversation with his wife when he's on Air Force One. Have you seen through 107?
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for episode 8.
Okay. So there's that phone conversation and just sort of the enormity of the life that he knew ending and sort of trying to figure out how to move forward from there. So those are two that come to mind immediately. Yeah, that's enough. That's good.
I want to move really quick on to, and I know you can't say a whole lot, but we are Black Girl Nerds, and we're very excited for the live action Voltron film that I believe you are filming right now, based off of the famous anime of the same name. I know you can't say much again, but can you give us a little tease about your role in the upcoming film?
No, but let me see what I cannot do.
Darn it!
I'm in it, and I'm very excited to be in it. So this is an interesting little piece of information. Like our producer who brought the project to Rawson Marshall Thurber, who's our director. His name is Bob Koppler. He's from St. Louis, Missouri. I am from St. Louis, Missouri. His dad bought the original anime, and he's the person responsible for bringing it to the United States, right? So in the 80s, when Voltron hit and I was a kid, like this was my jam, right?
Dang.
Like every other kid at the time, I just want to be the Black Lion because why? It's the freaking Black Lion. So like I have a real sort of emotional tie to it. I played with the toys as a kid, and this is one of those moments, like pinch me moments as an actor, where something that you watched in your youth, you now get a chance to contribute to. It's the thing that you dream about all the time, and the fact that it's actually happening feels incredible. That's all I can say. I could say it's a great cast, but you can find out who the cast is and everything.
Yeah, I already
Uh,
know that.
yeah, you know, I already know that. I can tell you Henry Cavill is really cool because a lot of Black girls want to know what's up with Henry Cavill. A lot of Black dudes want to know about what's up with Henry Cavill. A lot of people just want to know what's going on with Superman. He's cool people. But besides him, like the rest of the cast is awesome. Rita Ora is in this joint, who's very cool. I'll say this because you're Black girl nerds. I will call her to her face Black Rita because I'm not convinced that somebody back in the day left the States for Albania and just tried to live as a white person. So I call her Black Rita. She's real cool. And it's been a great experience shooting in Australia. If you haven't had a chance to go, and I mean this sincerely, it's a different vibe. And it's such an interesting vibe to be in a space that it's mostly white or whatnot, but it's completely different. You move through and you are observed in a completely different way than what we are accustomed to in the United States. And it's an experience that I hope everybody that looks like us is able to give themselves at some point in time. Because it's interesting. I'll go
I've been
more
to,
into detail later, but it's yeah. You've been?
I've been to Sydney. Yeah.
You've been to
It's
Sydney. So you
and
know
people
what
are
I'm
nice.
saying.
They're very nice there too. Yeah.
This is what I try to tell friends. I was like, these white people are nice.
Yes. Very
Yeah,
kind people. And I love
you
the
know what I'm
accent.
talking about. The
Yeah.
accent, it's fantastic.
Last question, because they're giving me the wrap. Without
Okay.
spoilers, what is the one thing that audiences should pay close attention while watching Paradise? That smile.
uh, gosh. So when people see, I'm very curious how people will respond to 108 because what my friend asked me at the very beginning when he saw episode one, he goes, is this going to be one of them shows, Sterling, where they don't give me any answers to the questions that they put forth? I said, no, it's not going to be that. I was like, you find out a lot in 107 in terms of how folks got to be here, right? And you do find out who killed the president at the end of the season, where it
Oh, good.
introduces. Oh yeah,
That's
oh
what I
yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah.
know. Okay, good.
No,
Okay.
you find out, but then
Okay.
it introduces a whole new sort of mystery or something new to explore as we, God willing, move into season two, right? And so when Dan first pitched the series to me, the way he pitched it, it made me think a lot about The Wire in a way. And that The Wire felt like it was a serialized drama, but it also felt like a really interesting way of sort of creating an anthology series because each world of The Wire, whether you went from the corner to the docks, to City Hall, to the newspaper, etc. Like it sort of showed a different aspect of the same thing, right? And so I look at Paradise in a very similar way. So that's not something necessarily to pay attention to right now, but it's something that you'll remark on after the show ends. we show different aspects of the same event that transpired.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just need to jump in for a second. Jamie, I'm going to break some news. Sterling and Ryan just won an NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Lifestyle Self-Help Podcast.
Congratulations! Yay!
Michael Geyser, stop. Michael Geyser. No! Yay! Listen.
That is amazing.
Are you kidding me? Man, we was up against all these people, Club Shay Shay, and all the stuff. Look at my hat. I don't like looking at my bald head. That is.
Oh, I love this for you. And Ryan, I love this. Oh.
Thank you very much. That's truly good news. That's gonna mean the world. It means the world to me. She's gonna be out of her mind. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you very much.
What a great way to end this interview. Yeah. Yes. Do all the things, celebrate. I look forward to, seeing so much of your work later on down the road. And thank you for taking the time to speak to Black Girl Nerds. I always appreciate everything that you do and everything that Ryan Michelle does. I love her work as well. We always love talking to her. And congratulations on this win. You guys, you deserve it.
Thank you very much, sister. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. You
take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Better shake your booties for Black Girl Nerds. Better shake your booties for Black Girl Nerds.